Welcome to Beyond the Glow, a community for busy moms who just need a break and maybe a laugh. The demands of the family schedule, work, and everything in between can make time short, and what often gets cut out is, unfortunately, our connection with other moms. So I created this space for moms to enjoy, have a laugh, commiserate, and catch a few tips along the way. We cover everything from hormones to headlines, so buckle up. My name is Charity, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're discussing rebuilding strength after childbirth. Even if you're athletic, this can be uniquely difficult due to all the trauma to the body during childbirth, not to mention pregnancy in itself, and specifically in the pelvic floor region. Not all births are the same, so not all recovery or strength building will be the same either. And I can only personally speak to natural births, as I thankfully did not need a C-section. But if you are a C-section mama, pelvic exercises are also appropriate for you, so please stick around. So I recall that some of the first things the nurses told me after giving birth were to take it slow, follow the cleaning protocol, and practice Kegel exercises to help start to rebuild my strength. Some of you may remember like the specific perineal bottle and all the other things that they give you as like a go home pack, like do all these things plus Kegel exercises and take care of your baby too. I will never forget how strange it was to experience that and then the complete loss of all strength and control of those muscles. And to add to that, I had a 4-finger abdominal separation, meaning my abs had relocated to either side of my body, rendering my core almost completely useless. Yet, I was expected to stabilize myself enough to walk and carry my 6-pound baby with a decimated core, which I still cannot understand to this day. I remember feeling so confused about where to even start rebuilding my strength and where the energy was going to come from, considering I had a newborn who was certainly not going to be sleeping through the night anytime soon. And do any of the other mamas out there commiserate with that statement? I felt so alone in that. It is so easy to feel helpless in that situation. So if that's where you are today, I want to encourage you that you can do this. You will get your strength back if you're willing to put in the work, even when it doesn't feel like you have much energy or that you're doing very much. The best news is that rebuilding strength is easier than you think, and you don't need a gym. The key is to start your rebuild with the pelvic floor. To work this area, you will end up working your abs and quads as well, so you'll be getting a better, well-rounded workout doing just a few simple exercises. So, that's going to really help you in getting a leg up on getting down the road with your training. Right after birth, we have to retrain those muscles to wake back up because we've essentially blown them out, pushing out the baby. This can take some time, so be gentle with yourself and give your body time to respond. It can be frustrating, but taking it slow will prevent major injury and help you avoid further setbacks. A quick disclaimer: always follow the doc's orders when it comes to recovery based on your specific birth experience, and do not start a workout routine until you have been cleared to do so. In my case, I was cleared in the typical 6-week period. I think it was 4 or 5 weeks. So I was able to start pelvic floor exercises rather quickly, although I don't even think I started them as early as I could have. However, even if your birth experience required a longer time to be cleared for workouts, pelvic floor exercises are for anyone at any time and are always beneficial. Start where you are now and just be consistent. That's the key. Muscles have memory, so the longer you keep at the training, the more memory they will build. And conversely, if you're not consistent, it will take much longer to see any gains. I also recommend working some form of these exercises into your normal workout routine once you're strong enough to do so. So what exactly is the pelvic floor? I had to look this up when I was pregnant because I could not tell you. It is a group of muscles and ligaments located in the pelvis, stretching from the pubic bone to the tailbone, consisting of 4 sets of deep muscles, 3 sets of superficial muscles, and 3 sets of ligaments. These support the pelvic organs and help facilitate childbirth, continence, urination, and defecation. It also makes sure you don't pee yourself when you sneeze. So if you leak a bit when you laugh or sneeze, you need to work on your pelvic floor. Yes, even if it's been a while. All my OG mamas know this well, so if you're a seasoned mom, stick with me because I have something for you today too. Just hang out in the comments and be our wise sages for now. I love to see feedback from seasoned moms. They know what's up and they have some great hacks. Now let's take a look at some of the benefits of training the pelvic floor. In addition to restoring core strength and stability, supporting sexual function and comfort, and regaining bladder and bowel control, healing the pelvic floor is vital for preventing pelvic organ prolapse, which is where at least one and possibly more pelvic organs drop from their normal position and start bulging into the vaginal area. I know, that sounds lovely. Essentially, the pelvic floor helps build the basis of core strength. And when it is weak, other muscles have to work a lot harder to keep the body stabilized. For example, lower back pain can be attributed to a weak core. I found that my lower back pain reduced significantly when I was consistent with my pelvic floor workouts. I would always know when I wasn't doing them consistently enough because I'd usually throw my back out. And that was never fun and is never convenient either when you have an infant that you're trying to care for. So I don't recommend that approach. You may be wondering how long it takes to train the pelvic floor. And I think that's the magic question. Now you're going to hate this next statement because you've been hearing it your whole pregnancy and your whole length of time through motherhood. It varies from person to person, but taking it slow and consistency is key. If you are cleared at 6 weeks, you can engage in pelvic floor exercises, but you can start preparing for this right after childbirth by practicing deep diaphragmatic breathing, which gently encourages pelvic floor activation through core engagement. It is incredibly important to avoid all high impact activity in the first 6 months. Please, 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 do not do that. Please. I will tell you more about my own experience later on in this video. Finding a gentle postpartum pelvic floor workout is helpful, and listening to your body is vital. There are several free YouTube videos like the one I linked in the description, and something like this works great. So check that out. But if you have pain, stop the workout and rest. It is fine to try again, but if the pain persists, stop altogether. Instead, you can try other exercises like wall push-ups or modified planks. Just don't push it too hard when you start experiencing pain. It's just not worth it. Now, some of you may have never heard about the pelvic floor exercises, or you may have thought that this was just your body now. And incontinence, a weak core, and a sore back are just part of your life. And what if you're 5, 10, or 15 years postpartum? Is it too late? It is absolutely not too late to train your pelvic floor. There is no expiration date for when you have to start or complete these exercises. As I mentioned earlier, pelvic floor exercises are for anyone at any time and are always beneficial. Start slowly and you will rebuild your strength. It may feel completely foreign to you if you haven't been working out at all since you gave birth, especially if it has been a longer period of time. But what's most important is that you learn and practice the proper form so that you protect yourself against injury. Focusing on proper recovery from exercise will also help protect against injury, and this is especially important if you're in your mid to late 30s or your 40s, as we tend to lose muscle mass every year after age 40. So if you haven't worked out in a while and you're around that age, take precautions to protect yourself and increase your chances of avoiding injury. Building strength again will be a very long and arduous process if injuries are constantly setting you back. As I mentioned, every time I would just take a little break from working out or get a little lazy, my back would tell me. I would throw my back out, and it's always a setback. It's always a setback. So do yourself a favor and stay consistent. If you have pre-existing injuries, it will be best to get some guidance from your physician, physical therapist, or chiropractor before you start a workout regimen. Always, always consult your physician first because everybody's different and everybody has different limitations as well. Well, that's all for today. If you found this video helpful, like and share, and let me know what you found most helpful in the comments. I also want to know what you would like to hear more of on this channel, so leave those suggestions in the comments for me as well. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I will see you Thursday. Bye.